Namaste. Namaste, masters. Happy to see you all back again in our classes. Thank you so much. Thanks to Universe for making it happen this time. We are back again with a subject, Bhaja Govindam, for our class this time by Adi Shankaracharya. Thanks to Karnaji, she taught us this, and I will, whatever I have learned from her and from our Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananda has written a commentary for this Bhaja Govindam. Based on that, we will try to take a little bit knowledge, whatever is said from both of them. Yeah. So going straight to the subject, we will first know about the author before getting into the text of the Bhaja Govindam. Adi Shankaracharya, yeah, called as Jagat Guru. After Krishna Mande Jagat Guru, I think Shankaracharya was called Jagat Guru, Bhagavad Pada, yeah, and then with so many names. Every time I listen about him, every time I read about him, I fall in love with him again and again. So much, I'm so very fond of him. A spiritual warrior, we can say. Our Gurudev calls him like that. A pen is mightier than the sword. Only he brought back the entire nation to Advaita philosophy. And he did in a short span of 32 years of his life, he did remarkable journey. So we will see a little bit about him before starting to our text. Yeah. Shankaracharya was born in Kaladi in Kerala to parents Shivaguru and Aryamba. As a small boy, as he was around 5 years old, his father passes away. Mother brings him up. So they do that thread ceremony and everything for him, and then he goes for his bhiksha. And then there is a very famous incident, as we all know, about Shankaracharya singing the Kanakatara Stotram. Seeing the lady was so, when he went for a bhiksha to that lady's house, and then the lady is so much poor, she couldn't offer him anything. Then, with all that, humility, she comes and gives the Nelikai, what do we say, Amla to him, and then seeing that he prays to Lord goddesses Lakshmi Devi. And then Lakshmi Devi says, I can't interfere, Shankara, why are you asking me to interfere? That is her karma, she has to let. He says, no, you have to give her, you have to bestow your kind wishes on her, like, just a little small end of your eye also, if you see, she'll be blessed. So she makes, Shankara makes, it is really wonderful to see his life's history. Every incident brings joy in, like, small Chintu, oh boy, just did Upanyanam, and he's just started his picture, and then this much he had, like, selflessly all the masters worked. So that is how the first incident in his life, he sings the stotram to bring in golden amlas are showered on this lady's house, and then she is so very happy, she is blessed. And as he wanted to know, he know, as actually we say him as a avatar of Lord Shiva, as Amsam of Lord Shiva also, Shankaracharya, and he know he came for a reason. So as he is growing up a few more years, then he tells his mother, crocodile catches his leg, I have to take sannyasa. Amma, if you're not leaving me, he is going to eat me. So mother says, okay, take sannyasa, no problem. And then he takes mother's permission like that. And then but mother gives a condition. He says, when my last days are there, Shankara, you have to come back to me. And my last breath, wherever you are, whatever you are doing. So with his only child, and then with a heavy heart, the mother lets him go. And then he travels from Kaladi, the south of Kerala, and then he meets his guru. His guru is Bhagavad Pada, Govinda Bhagavad Pada. From this guru, he learns all the Vedas, Upanishad, the Brahma Sutras, and then all his teachings, the higher teachings, was learned from his guru by the banks of Narmada River. And once he is ready with his teaching, then he is like a social warrior. He says that time Buddhism was spreading a little bit more, and if there was no leader, there was no lead to take our Hinduism ahead, Sanatana Dharma ahead. So he had made his plans to how to work on this. So he said he took on Advaita philosophy, saying that everything is one Brahman and we are all that Brahman. So, and then he starts his journey after his, after being with his guru. He travels up and down 4 times, and then those days there is no other way of bringing in a leadership or telling, it's only by argument. So he was the first lawyer for us. He just argues this with everybody, like, everywhere he goes, he has to argue, put up his case. This is the philosophy, this is how you have to work on your life, this is how it is, the teachings are in Upanishad. So he brought back Upanishad teaching, he brought by Advaita philosophy, he established the temples, he reworked, like, no, he put four mat, like, on four, all the four, down south, east, west, and north, like that. And then he kept a head for them. And then he establishes this great Sanatana Dharma. He brings life back into that Sanatana Dharma. He gives a new fresh of like, breeze to the Sanatana Dharma and establishes that. So when he was doing that, there is a incident when he goes to Kashi, Vishwanatha temple. There he sees, our story comes in that part. There he sees a elderly scholar teaching Sanskrit grammar. So our Bhaja Govindam verse takes place in that incident when he meets it, when he is passing through with his disciples. By the time there are many disciples also for Shankaracharya, they all come. Like, there is a very famous story of a disciple is drying out the clothes of his guru on Padmapada on the other side of the river bank. When Shankara calls, he didn't realize there is a river in between. He just walk across the river. Then everybody is wonderstruck because every step there is a lotus, to uh, hold him cross the river and come. That Shankara, it's not a magic, it is that the divine power of what bhakti he had towards his guru to make others, like, understand that. So then he becomes known as Padmapada, and then Sureshacharya and Totakashtakacharya, like he gives the Totakashtakam lyrics and Astakamala, like that. He has many disciples by the time, and then he moves around. There are many um, as I told you, he established, reworked on the temples, he refurbished the temples, he made a system of like, how do you pray? And then the mat, he made a Shankaracharya, all four Shankaracharyas as a mat leader, so that people who have trouble can come there, get their questions answered, that get their doubts clear. There is a proper system. Like you need a proper, any school or any KHD, they have a syllabus, a proper system. Okay, this is how you can teach however you like, but follow this. Like that, he made a proper subject for us. Like, he made a proper, okay, this is how it is, you do this, this is how you pray, this is how you see life through, like that. And main, as we say, like, rest all the religion has only one book, Bible and Quran. Why ours is so vast? Our library, half of his work, I think. Vast amount of books we have, like, all the Vedas and Upanishads were there, but he gave a commentary to all of them. So that is why he got the name as Bhashyakara Shankaracharya. Because other than his commentary, it is very difficult to understand. Even for Gita, Krishna says in 2-3 words, but his commentary, if you read the full essence of Upanishad, we can understand from his commentary. So he gave a commentary for all the main 10 Upanishads. That is why we get the 10 first, and out of 108 Upanishads, Shankaracharya's commentary, the main 10 Upanishad is like, is treated in high regard. And Bhagavad Gita commentary he has done. On top of it, he has sung Bhaja Govindam, or even the slokas like Dakshinamurti and Saundarya Lahari, so many, but like, and text also. He himself gave text like, what do you say, Panchadashi, Aparoksha Anubhuti, Atma Bodha, all those things. He gave text also. Like, he gave Viveka Chudamani, all by him. Like, he gave steps, like, whatever is there in the Upanishad essence, that is what we call it as Vedanta. He took over and then he made it in a simple, like, he gave it as a verse by verse, and he gave his commentary for that also. So that is how our when we know whom are we listening to, like why Bhagavad Gita, we are so very fond of Krishna is saying, that brings in a lot of love and respect, and then we want to listen, we want to follow. Same way, when we know that Shankaracharya is saying, that brings in a lot of, like, okay, we must listen. What is he going to tell? What is he implying at how to live life? What is his steps? What is he going to talk about, like that? So when we know the greatness of the author, automatically more interest it develops to listen to him, or like, follow him. And his life is full, very colorful. I feel like, he could command Lakshmi Devi for Kanakatara Stotram. Like he commanded Amma to come from Kashi when he's on, and like, Mokambika, Amma walks behind him. like, it is the Advaita philosophy he was teaching, and we are the Brahman, but love for the, like, Saguna Rupam of Brahman also was there with him. So Amma walks behind him, and then, like, he could tell them, do this. Like, he says, I'm walking behind you, Shankara, wherever you go. And then he stabs that, the pile sound stops, and then he turns back, and then that is where she stays. Like, that is also every incident in his life. If we see, it's so lovely, it's so, like, it is, it gives me like goosebumps. Oh, nicely it is, no, Amma is coming behind, and then the sound is stopped, and then she stopped there, and then he sings songs for her, and all those things, every incident in his life. And then he meets Shiva in Kashi. Shiva wanted to, sometimes as a little bit of ego pops up, Shiva wanted to teach Shankara a lesson. Then Shankara's disciples say, he comes as a Shiva comes as a Chandala, like, move away, move away, move away, our guru is coming. Then he Chandala, Shiva's Chandala Rupa, he says, what you want me to move away? Your guru is teaching Aham Brahmasmi, like all is Brahman. Should I move the body? Should I move the soul? What should I move from here? And then immediately he falls at his feet, Chandala. Hey, this is my teacher. And then, like, as the knowledge comes, that ahankaram comes, to be humble as we learn more and more, you say, you can see it in him. Immediately he bows down to Shiva. You must be Lord Shiva. That is how he comes with this four dogs Chandala story. Every incident, every story of him inspires me so much. And then there was a very great scholar, and then Madana Mishra, like, that was a very long and a lengthy and a difficult debate he had to go through in his this thing. And that also he goes through, and then he leaves his body. He understands, like, as a brahmacharya, he doesn't know certain things, he understands, comes back, never give up on anything in life. Like, as a youngsters can learn so much from him. Never give up, fight towards the end. And he, because of him, we are ever thankful and grateful to this guru, so that we have such a rich culture and everything valued carried forward to us, to our in our hand, like, for us to enjoy and live life accordingly. uh, he's my favorite, so I feel very happy always to talk about him. And yeah, he goes back to his mother as to keep up his promise. Also, when mother's last days are coming, he goes back to his mother. He knows the mother's ending time is coming, and then when he's not able to reach, he tells Krishna, my mother's ending time is there, she's about to leave her soul, you please go. So mother can't see, no, mother, I love listening to these, and the mother keeps, oh, my Shankara doesn't have hair. How is this curly hair? Then, like, Krishna shows his form and blesses his mother by the time Shankara comes back. And then, as the ritualistic type of people, they say, no, you can't, you're taken sannyasi, you can't do the Antamakrima for your mother. But then he doesn't bother. Like, no, I have, and then he doesn't let, like, none of them help Shankaracharya to do that last rites of his mother, but then he goes and does that. Every action of his inspires me, every word of his life story, like, gives me a lot of happiness to listen to, and everything, follow him in every matter. So this, our coming to, this is about Shankaracharya. By the age of, like, he had a short life, and again his life gets extended. They say you have to do more work, so they give him more time to do this work on this. Like, he came down for a purpose. So until he establishes Sanatana Dharma, he was not left to go. At 32, he disappears in Kedarnath. That is what last his disciples have seen about him. And now, thanks to his grace, blessings, everything, all the our whole nation is, like, we are lucky to have this, be born as this, in this culture, and then this dharma, and then learn how to live life accordingly to this great masters. Every master has made a mark like this. Like, if you see Krishna or Rama, or like Ramakrishna, Ramana, anybody, but he was, major contribution was done by Shankaracharya. This is about his Shankaracharya. There are a lot we can keep on telling, but and we will go to the book. So slowly we will move on. Shankaracharya, when he went to Kashi, I told, he was walking with his disciples on a road. So there is an elderly scholar sitting and repeating grammar. grammar verses. And as he is telling, his students are all sitting down and then they are repeating after him. That is what is called Dukkurin Karane. They are all repeating. Then Shankaracharya sees this. What are these people doing? It is not that learning grammar is nothing important, Sanskrit grammar is anything low, but by just mechanically doing this, will they get this will not help them in the last day to attain moksha. There is more to life. Why is this happening like this? Out of compassionately, then this verses start. So he actually, this is not originally named as Bhajagovindam. It is named by Shankaracharya as Moha Mudkara. Yeah, Moha means delusion. Mudkara means like a hammer, breaking away our delusion. Whatever we thought it is right, whatever way we were living life, it is like he gives a tight slap for us. No, this is not the way. He will just he will not hesitate to call you, oh, stupid fools, Mudamate. Mudamate means your foolishness, you're ignorant people, like that. So that is how he named it as Mohamudkara. And again, because it starts with a chanting verse of Bhajagovindam, it is famously it is Bhajagovindam. It comes into it. And he starts the first and the 12 slokas in this hymn. And then the rest was inspired by his disciples who were with him. They sang the rest. And the last one is a Palashruti, like that. So we will go to the first sloka. This was the reason for him to sing this. He sees what are these people living like this? What is this? The master is telling, and these people are just mechanically repeating. And then old master he is. When will he attain his moksha? When will he attain the self-realization? Real purpose is missing by this mechanical way of learning. So that is how he starts. If you go to the first sloka, I will just say that and then we will see the meaning of that. Yeah. The first sloka is Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Govindam Bhaja Mutamate Samprapte Sannihite Kale Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukring Karane. Yeah, this is the first initial. This is after every sloka, they sing again Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mutamate. Here to see, our Gurudev gives a different, a little more detailed. Govind means we always related to Krishna as a cowherd, as a cowherd boy, or as a head of the cowherd, like that. So here he will say the meaning of Govinda, four more meanings for Govinda. Seek Govind. Bhaja means seek or worship, seek your Govind means your true identity with the Lord. Okay, seek that. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Govindam, Bhaja, Modamade. O foolishness, O ignorant people, please seek the Govind in you. Please seek the true identity within you. Okay. And the next two lines, Samprapte, Sannihite Kale, when the end of your lifetime comes, Sannihite Kale, when the lifetime you're going to last breath you're going to take, Nahi Nahi Rakshati. This will not help you. Rakshati means this will not save you from what? Dukrin Karane. These grammar rules will not save you when you are in the last moment of your lifetime, when it is in the last ending moment of your lifetime. Why ending moment of your lifetime? Here Shankaracharya says, end moment, whatever we think, whomever we wish to be, that is where we reach. That is what even Krishna says. You remember me when you're leaving this soul, that is when you reach my body. But until we remember him throughout our time, we will not remember him in the end minute. That is what happens. So that is why we have all this satsang, all our teachings, all just to keep reminding us what we are reaching to. So end moment, whatever we do, end moment, whatever we think of, we take birth in the next moment, like that. There are so many examples. There's one sadhu who thinks like that, he is very fond of the deer whom it was growing up with him. So next Janma, he came as a deer. And and there is one more Bhagavatam. There is one man who calls his last son as names his last son as Narayana. So he didn't think of Krishna or anybody. He was not living a dharmic way of life at all. Ajamila story is very famous in Bhagavatam because it says about him. He was a good person. He was a good Brahmana. He was good in his life. In between, he uh, falls into a wrong path. So he does all wrong things. He leaves his family, he goes, marries another lady, he lives, and then by mistake, what he did is one thing he did is ended last son's name, he called him as Narayana. So when his last minute came, he didn't think of the god. He was calling his son Narayana like that. And then the Vishnu Tudas came, I believe. Yamadudas are coming and telling, hey, it is for him. He has to come with us. He didn't do anything good in life. You can't take him to the Vishnu Loka. Vishnu Tudas was saying, I believe, no, no, no. He called our God's name. He has to come with us. They both are arguing. They both are talking like this. Then this man is realizing, Ajamila is saying, oh my God, one time and he knows he didn't remember the God and call. No, one time I said, this is what it is. This much effect it has got on my, and these people are trying to take me here and there. Oh my God, like that, and then he goes to Vishnu Lok, finally realizing, and that talk in between the Yamaduta and Vishnu Duta, he gets himself purified, I believe. He realizes what all he has done wrong, and then he asks for forgiveness, and he goes to Vishnu Duta. So that end moment is very, that I'm just telling you these two examples as an end moment, why it is important, why it is samnihite, samprapte, sannihite kala. End moment, what we think we reach there. Krishna also always says, think of me, end moment you will come to me. Verily you will come to me, like that. End moment, we might get scared of death. We might have what my family will do. We might have all other 101 thoughts other than Krishna, or I have to reach his padam, So that's why when it's like, they chant verses, they chant hymns, when a person is about to leave his breath, they chant so that even in his ears, you can, it will reach to him, somewhere they will reach. So end moment, this grammar will not help you, my dear. Why are you taking your wasting all your energy time? You're already old, 85 years old. I mean, the Acharya was an old man. So that is what Shankara says, seek. See, Govinda means, again, here, one who finds the Varaha Murti. Once you know that Varaha avatar of Vishnu, the boar avatar of Vishnu takes Bhumi Devi is taken by the Ashura, and then the Varaha Murti takes the like a boar form and brings up. So that is also, he is also called Govinda. And who really is going earth understands Govinda. Lord Cattle is all Govinda. More meaning is one who knows the earth, finds the earth meaning, and who has realized is a substantum, and the world is going on, what is going on is also Govind. Lord of the cattle, the divine cowherd, Krishna is also going. And then one who confers speech and who is able to understand the Vedas, one who is able to understand the supreme reality. What is told in the Vedas, Mahavakyas, if he is able to understand, that is also Govind. And the one who's able to acknowledge this, with this speech, is also Govind. So this is what the 4 times Govind. Why is he saying like that? It says the highest reality, highest truth, what the Upanishad says, what the Mahavakya says, one if we understand, that is the true Govind. For bhajan means, it is not that for bhakti, they say, bhajan means kirtan, there are 9 types of Navavida bhakti, we say, if you want to express your love for the Supreme, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandyam, Dasyam, Sakyam, and Atma Nivedinam. So these types, that is not the bhajan means without knowing the essence. Atma Nivedinam means you have to, bhajan means you have to, essence of all the worship bhajan is seva. Seva to Ishvara, or seva to the people, or seva, selfless seva. Okay, that is what is bhajan. He says, bhaja Govind means seek. That is what you seek. Seek the true form in you. That is what you are. You are that pure Atman. You are that Brahman inside. Seek that. Okay, and not that mechanical type of worship. Morning I get up, I chant, I ladiya, without connecting to the God, or without understanding, without love and without bhav, if I do, it has no effect on anything, like not effect for us, for him also. He doesn't want any of us, actually Ramana Maharishi's book I was reading. Ramana Maharishi also, when he was a small boy, he left home, no? He was writing composition because he didn't do his homework. The teacher gave him to rewrite, sentence 5 times. Then he was writing. He said, what is this? I am not meant for doing this. That is when that night he decides to leave. Same way, if we do anything, no, without connection, without knowing the meaning of it, there is no way we can reach. And it is not, and Bhagwan doesn't want all this from us. He just wants our bhav. He is the creator. What we are going to give from our side is nothing. Only that love and affection is extra. We can offer it to him as in his feet. And then like that, sarvastra sarnagati to him, and remember him all the time. Do this will help. When you do atma vichara, this will help you realize God. This will help you in your lifetime. Oh, this is something more to life. I have to not waste my time. Kala means time is very important. The first sloka. Kala means time is very important. Once we lose our day, once we lose our evening, once we lose a morning, we will not get it back. So that first sloka is mainly concentrating on time and how we have to work towards this, and not as a mechanical religious drill. Honestly, we have to feel what is it, our purpose of life, what is the teaching saying, put it in practical lessons, and worship him. That is what he says in the first one. Yeah, I hope it is clear. Seconds when we will go today, one more, 45, no? Yeah. Till 3 o'clock, no, Pratima? Correct? Till, yeah, 3. One more I will finish today. Mooda jahihi danagama trishnam, guru sadbuddham manasi vitrishnam, yellabase nija karmopatam, vittam tena vinodaya chittam. Again, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Mudamate. That will come. Oh fool, Mudamade. Here also he starts the sentence only, oh fool. Like, oh ignorant person, oh stupid people. Okay. Give up, Moda Jehihi, Danagama Trishna. Give up the thought to possess wealth. First, he said about the importance of time. Now, he will tell us the importance of our thoughts process. Possessing wealth, okay? Guru Sadbhuttam Manasi with Trishnam. Give up the thirst. Trishna means thirst or, desire. Uncontrollable itcha to possess things. Okay, give that one. Create thoughts of reality in your mind, devoid of passion. Okay, you get Vittam tena vinodaya chittam. Yellabase nija karmopatam. Yellabase nija karmopatam means as per your karma, whatever you are getting in this life. It is not that if I have done something very great, I will have a great time here. If I have done something bad to something, that will karma palan. We all know what is a basic line in Gita. Whatever you have done, it is not because of God. It is not because of your neighbors. It is not because of your family, in-laws, maid, nothing. It is what we have done in the previous janmas. We get it back in this janma. Whatever we have backlog in our suitcase, we clear one by one. So give whatever you receive, whatever is the reward of the path, entertain that in your mind and be content. Okay, that mind of yours, entertain that in your mind. Okay, so he says what we think, don't go after. It is not that he's not telling making money is wrong. You have to make money for a living, for your food, shelter, everything. It is not about making money is wrong. Making money at any cost is wrong, or I need this at any cost is wrong. It is not that they say you can't, you can't be starving all the time, or just to the other extreme. You have to do everything, but without this I can't be. I need this. Without this I can't live. So whatever we get, it is because of our karma palam. So if you understand that lesson, okay, somebody is hurting me, I will not be hurt. Okay, no, I must have hurt this person before, this janma or previous janma. If it is not now, it was an older one, or if that is what I am, and whatever is given to me is a God's prasad. Okay, whatever I get as a reward, whatever is as a prasada buddhi, if I take, entertain that thought in my mind, it is never going to hurt us. Yeah. Trishnam. desire that we say, like, always Karnaji says, like a tissue paper, when you take one, the next one keeps coming. No, it is never ending, it is never ending. There is a king who, in our Puranas also, there's a story of a king, you remember? He asks all of his son, I'm getting old, give me your youth, I want to live for some more time, enjoy, and then I will, I don't want to die, I don't want to give up my old age. Somebody take my old age and give my youth. All the children will say no, and the last child will say, okay, yes, appa, I will give you my youth. After taking the youthfulness, then he lives, and then he last he realizes, oh, even now it is never ending desire. It cannot be, like, you pour ghee to the fire, it will come more and more, like how much ever you want to, like, until we have the contentment in us, it is never going to be our, like, it is never ending desires is not, it is what, it is not correct, he says. Actually, even when we have, like, when we are, when we all start our life, we say, this is that, this is enough, I'll be happy. Even I have seen with my case also, okay, we have something, basic things are necessities are taken care, we have, then our mind will go, okay, if we have that one a little bit more, it is better. Okay, maybe a angel here, I want a swing here, maybe a swing there. Then, like, it is general. Once we feel our basic needs are taken care, okay, now I nothing need, I have a house, I have child settled, a husband is there, food is there in the tablecloth. But then it never stops. It comes, the craving comes from it in, okay, maybe I can put like this. When we go out, okay, maybe my garden I should do like that, maybe I can put this tile here, maybe I can do a renovation here, maybe I should want to do my puja room here. Like, it keeps on, it keeps on and on, there is never ending. When will it end? Until we see that, okay, that contentment and satisfaction, as we get it, this is all the result of the actions I have got. If I lose something, like, it's okay. The amount of time and energy we spend in a day to, like, most of the time we are working to earn money, and then we have to take care of the money, and then keep it safe, and then not let it, like, not do any wrong investment or anything, not let it go down, like, till our end, like that. All that renounce wealth, it is not here. It renounce that irresistible thirst, give up that desire for wealth. And in that, you put your, change your mind in this. Put your mind into self work. Put your mind from all the outside desires and all the objects, bring it back to your, into you working on yourself. That is what he says. It is like, even in Katha Upanishad, it says the imperishable happiness, that permanent happiness cannot come from imperishable things. These are all imperishable things. When you want something permanent, this imperishable things will not give you that permanent one, happiness or permanent joy in life. That we have to understand, that we have to work on. If you have to create, like, lust for objects, greed for possessions, wealth, uh, apply that mind, bring it back, clear it up, clean it up, and then, about myself, who am I, what are my thoughts, how am I living, is it correct, my way of my life, is it, am I spiritually progressing, all that. So satisfaction in life will come with this, like, when we work on this way, and not on acquiring wealth, or, like, keeping lot of wealth. So many people do, like, we hear of so many stories, my dear master, like, they have wealth accumulated, but they don't spend, they keep it safe, and they in their life also, they will not even be able to live on that wealth. And then you suffer, and then, like, maybe you will get a health problem, maybe you will get some other problem, so that you are not able to spend that wealth. So live happily the way you are. Whatever you have is your karma, because of your karma, and be content with whatever you have. Don't go overboard, like, on this Trishna, on worldly objects. Work on yourself. Desire for, that is what, like, desires degrade a man. Even in Gita also, the first point in the second chapter, he says, the out of the six inner enemies, which we call, no, Kama, Krodha, desire is the first one to pull everything down. The downfall ladder, our Gurudev used to say, in the desire is the first one. Because of desire only, everything else we tend to do, like, so remove that desire in you, and then work. uh, One of the, even Baba stories, Sacharita, or even Ramana Maharishis, these masters, if we see their life, there was a lady devotee for Ramana Maharishi, and she was very fond of his guru. So he wanted to one day make nice things for him to give. He will just sit quietly in a cave and he will give whatever is any prasad given to him, he will eat. So one day she said, no, I want to cook something nice for my guru. And then she takes special permission from the his assistants, and then she makes very nice 4 5 vegetables, and then nice different flavors of things, and then he goes and she gives it to with all love and affection, devotion. Bhagwan, you must have this today with all love and affection. I made this for you. Bhagwan put everything together in one mix like that. Bhagwan, don't mix like that. This is separate. This you must eat and see. This is sweet and this is spicy, and this is a variety of thing. And then, I really like the way Bhagwan says, for you, Ruchi in different things. For us, Ruchi is only in one thing. For me, they had that sense control of the tongue or whatever it is. For you, you have ruchis in so many things. For us, ruchi is only in one thing. And then he mixed everything and he ate it as a prasad, I believe. Even Baba Charitam also, it says like Baba will collect everything together, put on one hot pot, all the other than rotis, liquid stuff, and then they take it as a prasad. These great saints or masters, the way they live, we can take examples from them and learn it so nicely. I liked it when I'm reading that book. I like this example. He says, for you, Ruchi is in many things. For me, Ruchi is only one thing. So that much he turned inwards. That much we have to turn inwards. Give up a Ruchi in all the outside things, and then turn towards ourselves, work on ourselves. And then that is the second sloka meaning. So I think now for today's class, we will stop with 1 and 2. I hope it is clear. In case if you all have anything to say or anything to ask, you can please. And we will meet tomorrow. This week we will have till Friday. We will have classes, and we will see the rest of the slokas till Friday, one by one, one by one.